New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, ball. We are not stopping, aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange, and everybody's starving. Hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers, all going in. We back.
Forbes and Fields in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The new Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here.
Going down.
New York City, NYC, Borough.
Que lo que, what's good, organic fanatics, the originals, the Don Dadas, the true, the fan base, the real ones. You know what it is, New York Knicks fans, the true ones. Welcome back to the Organic Fanatics, where we are in season 2, episode 12, the original 12, the Dirty Dozen. That's where we at right now. And I'm joined by my big head honcho, my brother, the main one, the original setter, Machetazo. Talk to him, sir.
What's going on, Primito? What's going on, little brother? What's going on, people? It's Knicks Fanatics. EOF. Let's get it going.
And late as usual, sometimes, I ain't going to give my brother some grief, but this is the sangre. We all sangre here, but this is the one that came before, that broke the matrix, that broke the womb before me. The original, the new Knicks. Talk to him, sir.
Here, salute. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see me? Oh, there I go.
We see you sideways, but you in there.
Am I? Okay.
You 360.
What's poppin', everybody? What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to the Organics Fanatics, the TOF show. Yeah, I mean, welcome home. It's a tough thing being a New York Knicks fan right now. Yeah, I mean, but this channel's known to stick with loyalty. You heard? Salute to the chat. Salute to everybody. Salute to my cuz, my big bro Mike. Salute to my Brody. What's up? Mike the Specialist. Salute.
Yeah, you're welcome back to Sober Sunday, Saucy Sunday, Smoke 'em if you got 'em Sunday, whatever it is for you. All praise to the Most High for getting us another week here together.
Man, all praise.
Yes, sir. All praise to the Most High.
And we got
episode 12, season 2. We're talking about, if you saw the image there, you know that we got bucked up. We got bucked up in with playoff implications, or not even playoffs, in-play tournament. I think Machete had a certain way he was feeling about this in-tournament game. Before we go into that, Machete, tell me a little bit, some of your thoughts. You was feeling a little some kind of way about this in-tournament thing,
bro. You know, we got bamboozle. It's embarrassing, man. You know, this whole thing was just my conspiracy theory is that it was just a whole scam to get LeBron a championship midway through the season, because you know he's not going to last till the end of the season. So they gave him. They not only that, they made him MVP. Come on.
Weird. So they made him MVP, give him a trophy. Is this a way that he can collect trophies so they can kind of count these as championships so he can match up closer to?
So that he'll be known at least as the first championship of the in-season tournament. LeBron James.
Yeah. LeBron James.
I mean, congratulations.
Slow clap, golf clap. So that game was a little crazy. And any thoughts for you, New Knicks, about this in-season championship from the Lakers and LeBron James against the Indiana Pacers? Crickets? Okay, that's what that means. That means he ain't.
Oh, shit, I had my shit on mute. No, my bad. Shit. I was rooting for Obi, you know, whenever... no disrespect to LeBron, but whenever he's on the court, I'm always going for the ops. Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't make it. Everybody's salty. It is looking like this was designed by LeBron and Adam Silver. So congratulations to them both. They executed their plan. For
I don't know why you sideways, bro, but you usually you got the gangster lane. Yeah, not vertical on there. You need to get your hops up.
Bro, I don't know what's going on with my camera right now.
Good, and that you were good, and then you went the other way. But the tournament game, we was with it. We was with till we were vibing. I don't know, the conspiracy theorists and some of us were saying, I mean, how do you play the Bucks 3-4 times in 5 games? We played the Bucks and the Celtics 4 games at least. So I don't know if it was a setup on it. Then we played the Heat. So it was interesting, but shout out to the NBA for trying something new. It did bring some views on there. You were saying, Machete? I heard you say something in mute that I almost wanted to put closed caption on you.
Some bullshit. It was some bullshit, man. I mean,
Nah, I mean, I'm just hating. We lost it. We lost whatever. We lost those games is what's more important, whether it's in season or not. But we see it for what it is now. At least I do.
Okay.
Anyways, now we lost we still lost to the Celtics. And we're still the point is that we're still not good enough to beat those top 3 teams. We've lost to good teams. We've lost to Phoenix. We've lost to Milwaukeebucks. We've lost to the Celtics. We've beaten the teams we're supposed to be the lower. What we are the top of the lower tier teams, or the mid to lower tier teams. We're the top. Oof. We're not anywhere near the top tier teams. You know what I'm talking about. The Milwaukees, the Celtics. We're not. It's obvious. Now we're only 21, 22 games in, right? It's still early. We're a quarter of the season in. We still got a whole month to go now. And so now it's all about, I think, injuries. People getting injured. Now is where people start getting injured. Going into January, where they have to be careful. They got to endure this month. It's going to be a tough month. And we still got to see Milwaukee again 2 more times, right?
Yeah, at least. They just gave us some more. They just gave us some more Milwaukee, some more Celtics.
So they got that in-season tournament.
Keep the party going.
Not only that, the other thing, the other thing about it also is that we were playing in their house. These are championship playoff teams whose fan base are just as strong as the Knicks fan base. So us going in there, I take that into account that, we were playing over there in Milwaukee and we played in Boston, and those are tough places to win. And also they, more often than not, they're going to get the calls, but, I still have to, it was a good game for Grimes.
Hey, quick question. Could I have the points on each player?
So let's go to the first game.
I need to hear some stats before
I'll give you some of that. So we played the Boston first. I'm sorry, Milwaukee. We played Milwaukee first to get to see if we can make it into the tournament. We ended up losing to Milwaukee 146 to 122. The game, let's go over the first quarter. First quarter, we had 35. They had 37. Second quarter, we had 37. They had 38. Third quarter, we had 24. They had 37. Fourth quarter, up 26, them 34. We gave up an average of 36 points per quarter, which is insane. Now, the Milwaukee Bucks were averaging, had almost 60% from the three-pointer, which is insane. So the fact that we played both these games on an insane run that they've had, and it's not making excuses, they've just played very well. They hit every shot. Malik Beasley, who's averaging 75% of his shots, are all from the three-pointer. He's having a career year for him, which he was bullying Brunson at the point, basically. He was guarding him, did very well defensively. Brunson was missing on defensive assignments, left him open. Our three-point defense was suspect at best. We were playing terrible at the three-point guard and the three-point line. At the same time, while they're hitting career highs, NBA league highs at the three-point line. So our offense was not a problem. We had 122 points in that game. So offensively, it wasn't terrible. It's just our defense. Our help defense looked suspect. Jalen Brunson was helping and in the paint, leaving players open at the three-point line, especially when he was guarding Malik Beasley, who's hitting career highs on three. That should have been on their own. So it was a bad game defensively for us. The fact that we allowed an average of 36 points per quarter was insane. That was
all right. All right. I know Brunson hit a.
Let me give you our player stats.
Not a career high, but I think he had a season high of 40-something.
I'll give you our player stats. Julius Randle played phenomenal. He had 41 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds in 37 minutes. RJ Barrett had 23 points, 1 assist, which normally he's around 4 or 5, 8 rebounds, which is good in 31 minutes. Mitchell Robinson, 2 points, 3 assists, and 4 rebounds. So he was active, but the fact in these two games, the common denominator that you're going to see is that They had Brook Lopez, who's a center who can shoot threes, and same thing with Porzingis. So they were stretching Mitch out, which left the middle wide open, and you have smaller players like Brunson and RJ trying to guard big men in the paint. So that kind of threw us off there. Jalen Brunson had 24, six assists, and 3 rebounds. Quentin Grimes, which, as you see the clip that we had here for the intro of it, had 0 points, 0 assists, 1 rebound in 18 minutes. Josh Hart had 11 points, 1 assist, and 4 rebounds. Emmanuel Quickly had a rough game, 7 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound in 19 minutes, which normally he's playing a lot more minutes than that. Isaiah Hartenstein, who's been very consistent, a lot of stuff you don't see, but he only played 18 minutes, 4 points, 5 assists, which is huge. 5 assists from our power forward position and 7 rebounds, so he's been helping. Dante had an off night as well, but he did have 7 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound in only 17 minutes, and everybody else was 0 no-shows for the most part. Tell me what some of your thoughts on the stats you hear about there, New Knicks.
I mean, once we had the Bucks that we were up 103, 101, I think it was, with 1 minute left to play in the fourth. I think they wasn't playing strategical. Like, we could have fouled Dame before he shot the 3. Like, little things like that, which chipped away at the end, for the win. We did keep up with them. It was a good game, but our defense was definitely trash. Our defense has taken a hit in the last every time we play against these high quality teams. We're not looking like ourselves.
Yeah, I agree with that. What do you got to say about that, Machete? As far as the Boston game, from what you saw?
Well, I mean, the first thing I noticed is the I don't know if you can hear me or see me, but the first thing I look is the schedule. I mean, not that it really matters, but we had played the Bucks Tuesday on the 5th, right, and lost by 22, 24 points. But I'm going a little ahead of myself. But I'm looking. Then we played them on Tuesday, and then on Friday we played the Celtics. And both of these, again, like I said, these are away games. They're not back to back or anything like that. But we played 2 major rivalry teams like twice within the same week, and we had to travel. We had to travel to Milwaukee and then to Boston. I know how it works.
I mean, none of that had anything to do with how trash we were playing at the 3-point line. Yeah, I mean, we
what I'm saying, no, I take all that shit into account. The travel time, the us resting and not in your house, the us going out and having to go to Milwaukee, one time zone, go into another time zone. What I'm saying is, I don't know if they go home to New York and rest and they go to Boston, or they fly right in from Boston into Milwaukee, and you're playing away games. You're playing Milwaukee on a Tuesday, Boston on a Friday. And these are tight, important games right now. Even though it's early, these are inter-rivalry games. These are games that they gotta play. Like, these are rivalry games, man. Fucking the Bucks are a rival. The Bostons are a rival. They had to win. So, just aside that it's an inter-tournament, in-season tournament, right? It's still, our competition that we're playing that for the record and for our seeding later on. It's still early. We still have to play the Bucks a couple of times. And we've yet to play the Pacers, who are another rivalry on our division. Well, not so much in our division, but at least on our coast. And those things, they're gonna count later on.
Well, I mean, but doesn't that fall on Tibbs to make the
We'll go into
adjustments
that.
to help
We'll go into that.
to help us make that adjustment to make sure.
But they made that adjustment. Okay, we lost to the Bucks. Okay, so they made that adjustments against with Boston when he put this Grimes.
But this is our problem. This is always our problem.
This is just the first time now that we're doing this. Like, really, we're playing now with him on the bench. He's doing better now. He feels comfortable because he does. And I told you I told you also that it was the pressure of them having the pressure of having those three guys together put pressure on him because he knew they weren't going to be looking for him to be put pressure on Grimes.
Talking about Grimes?
Yeah. That's why he's more comfortable. People
all right, they put him to the bench and he scored 0, bro.
No, he didn't.
Hold on.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
We're ahead. Right now we're on the Bucks to where he was starting. So in the Bucks game, he was
okay.
on Bucks first. So the Bucks game first, and then we'll get into Boston where he came off the bench. Right now we're talking
all right. Well, I mean, all right. So this is the game after he
scored 0.
What he said. No. When he went to the press conference,
it was after
said that he was disappointment. That was the Bucks game was right after that.
Bucks.
They did not run set plays for Grimes. Yeah, I mean this is what he's looking for. Yeah, I mean, and to be a starter, you got to go get yours. You can only rely on Brunson and Randall so much, bro. We can't hold your hand and walk you across the street.
But Phil, look what was happening. Look about something. This is what the kid was saying, right? He was saying that it was pressure for him to. How can I say this? He was saying that it was pressure for him to shoot the ball, and if he missed,
like 100 pounds.
He knew he wasn't gonna get look. He wasn't. They were gonna eventually, if he missed, they eventually were gonna bench him, and DiVincenzo was gonna come in and do what DiVincenzo does. And every time that happened, that's why he looked all sad because he knew then that added more pressure to the fact that they were benching him for DiVincenzo, right? So not only that. They really weren't looking for him. Brunson was a ball hog. Randall's a ball hog. IQ's trying to be I'm not saying that they're being a ball hog, but they're all holding the ball a little longer than they should. You know, for their numbers, for their stats, or for whatever reason, and not looking for him like they should. They weren't. They really weren't. I told you guys that, and that it was more pressure now coming in that DiVincenzo and now there's the Three Musketeers are together, including Archie. So I'm gonna call them the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're together now. That he wasn't gonna get the plays like that. He already knew that. So he's not pressure because now he has to compete against DiVincenzo. That pressure of having to compete against him. When not only that, DiVincenzo had the edge because he has the chemistry with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart. So he had to compete against that, and he couldn't compete against that. And so that played. He wasn't psychologically strong enough to overcome that. And so he's like, you know what? I'd rather be coming off the bench than having to start. And not only that, they were freezing him out a little bit. So then when he did,
I mean,
he was part of the flow. I don't think he was
if you're missing wide open shots,
but guys are gonna miss wide open shots every once in a while. But if he misses twice, they want to freeze him out.
Not all the time, bro.
But if he missed twice in a row, they were gonna freeze him out. They were gonna look for him anymore.
You're not getting the ball anymore. You're not getting if you miss wide ass open shots. What
so how many open shots is motherfucking Randall gonna miss and it's still gonna look for him?
Bro, if you go to work and there's a nigga working in your position, what you and you losing out on work, what you gonna do? You're gonna do better, nigga.
But if I say,
you're gonna do better, you're gonna go buy better.
I do better. I'm at work. I do better. People aren't around me over my shoulders. I work better alone by myself. Put me on a different shift and watch my work, and you'll see my work.
You said it there. You said it right there. Put you in a different shift. You put you in a different shift, and that's exactly right. If you
So
can't,
he did better.
but okay, but the job,
no.
hold on. The job we hired you for was to start in the day shift with everybody else, and you are not
But
performing.
you're still doing the shit in the night. You just doing it in the night shift.
All
Okay,
right, Mike. You said you go by
Would
yourself.
you rather? Let me ask you something. Would you rather work at Home Depot in the daytime or in the nighttime?
the night,
Would you? Okay, why?
because I'm not.
They pay
You're
more.
not dealing with customers. That's why.
Because they pay more. Because they pay
You
more.
got less people watching you.
They pay more.
They pay more.
Hey,
So you'd rather work the night shift than the day shift. So
where he's at? Where he's at? He's in the night shift right now. That's exactly
right. So, and he's doing better, and he's excelling in the night shift.
And as
How?
listen,
So this is what I was saying earlier when I say when I said don't let the lunatics take over the lunatics. Thibs, don't let. That's okay. It worked this time, but Thibs, don't let the fucking lunatics take over the asylum, bro. Because we can't have this either all the time, man. You got Grimes, you got Reddick, you got motherfucking Obi Toppin, all these guys. You know,
bro. Hey, at the end of the day, all those people you mentioned are not on the fucking court with the fucking ball shooting the shit. All right, so JJ Redick, get him out of your head. Tibbs, get him out of your head. You got
you got a lot of players complaining about Mike, and the way he's doing things is my point. Is that you still have players complaining about the way he does things.
My nigga, Tibbs is not the one missing wide open shot.
But you sent Obi away, and he's doing good.
what does that have to do with Grimes shooting?
Doing good in the Lakers right now.
What does it have to do with Grimes shooting?
Mike. You know why Grimes got replaced?
I'm saying
Mike. You know why Grimes got replaced?
The way Thibs is doing shit, and as soon as they make the adjustment, they do better. Despite the loss.
Who made the adjustments? Was it him and Tibbs came to an agreement that he should be on the bench? As my brother, the New Knicks, is saying, he had a job. There's a role. Everybody has a role on the team. You know that there's 3 better players than you in the starting lineup. The main dude is Jalen Brunson, Randall, and RJ. They're heavy touch players. They got to get the ball. They need whatever to produce. And he took over for Evan Fournier because last year, the role that we needed was somebody to space the floor, which means shooting, right? And Evan was a shooter, but he couldn't defend. So he was obsolete because he was scoring, but everybody who guarded scored on him, made him null and void. Then you got Grimes, who was a great defender, who was supposed to be a good shooter, which he did in his second year, and they gave him the starting lineup because of that. And then you come in this year and you shoot and you can't hit the broad side of a barn. You can't shoot anything. We gave him time, and it doesn't mean that he can't. He just couldn't do it for whatever reason.
Listen. If you can't handle the pressure of being a starter in New York City, then you gotta do better. When the youngins was playing like shit, guess what they were doing? After every game, whether it was at home, somewhere else, they was falling back and taking shots. That's what you gotta do. If let's go, let's say you put enough drywall and you missing the stud, right? You not even the drywall ain't even holding up. What you gonna do? You're gonna go after work and practice to stay on the fucking stud. So when you hang in drywall, the shit don't fall on you. You gotta do better. Practice, my nigga. Get shots. Those shit. They don't charge them. They do not charge them. They do not charge the players.
Hold on.
To go to the fucking court after a game. They do not charge them per shot.
Hey,
they do not charge them.
Hold on, New Knicks. Hey, Organic Fanatics, if you guys are watching this, again, not only do we give you great Knicks content, we help you build your house. We do DIY home instruction.
Shout out to the chat.
If you don't know,
what's
Two Master Carpenter?
Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Two Master
Thank you very much.
We're gonna do a show.
Hey, maybe stop the TikToking.
We're gonna be. Hey, he probably ain't TikToking now. He better not be. He better not be TikToking.
No. I figured it out. I seen on one of them pages. He got a nice little hottie that he's fucking with. Maybe she's gassing his head, or I don't know, bro. I mean, new pussy should make you play better, bro.
Bro, come on.
Yo, no, yo, I'm gonna say that, bro. If you got
You don't know.
Hey, if you got some puss looking at you while you balling, you supposed to do better. If I had a shorty going to the park, I'm showing out. Y'all niggas can't fuck with. Like, where is that, bro?
Hey, so for New Knicks, what are you saying? You saying she said you can't get touch unless you get more touches?
Boy, I don't know what the fuck is going on, boy, but either that thing is sour and it's sour this game.
Listen, listen. If you watching the new,
we're veering off topic. What are we talking about? We're talking about the Bucks.
We're talking about Grimes.
The game itself, Grimes. With that game, he was struggling. You have to know that the role that you have, the main starter that's going to touch the ball, his job was catch and shoot. It was too much, as Machete was saying, mentally for him that he thought he could do it. It was too much.
The pressure, man. The pressure playing in the.
So him and Thibodeau came to an agreement, a mutual agreement, which made sense. And I like the move. I said it before. People were getting at me for going in on Grimes, and I had made the suggestion before, and people thought I was crazy, and I was hating. So I said it before, but it worked out. I'm not saying that I'm Phil Stradamus like how he be doing it, but Grimes went to the bench, and it helped in the next game, which we'll talk about in a second. I thought the move would work, which would help. And I think as far as Dante making that move, I think it helped him out. Let's close off this Boston game. The game that we were looking at, the Bucks. We played the Bucks multiple times this year. They put us against these two teams that people are saying we're not at this level. Shout out to the chat. Salute to Mike Drake. Michael Drake was saying the same thing, that we're not at that level. We're not there yet. And we're playing these teams that are all in. Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's get one thing straight. Cleveland Cavaliers is an all-in team. They traded all their players. They traded marketing. They traded 5 picks. They traded a whole bunch of players that they're all in with Dante. Then you got Milwaukeebucks that's all in. They traded everything with Dame. You got.
Hey, can I say something about the Cleveland Cavaliers? You know they're ahead of us in the standing, right?
Oh, okay, that makes my point. Which they are. These are all in teams. These teams.
All right, can I say something? All these teams that y'all talking about, we beat a majority of those teams last year.
We haven't really played them yet.
Why last year we was giving every team problems? Why are we digressing?
All I said was that the Cavs are ahead of us in the standing right now. Before we were fourth with the 76ers. And now with these 2 losses, we're behind the Cavs right now, and the Sixers are maintained.
Cleveland is one thing, as you were saying, Machete.
We're right now. If we were going into the playoffs, we'd be 6th right now.
Okay, each one of these teams added a player or 2 to make them better. So as the New Knicks was saying, last year we did give them the business. Cleveland added Max Strus to this team. Max Strus is a good player. He gave us trouble against the Heat. They added him to Cleveland. He's a good defender, good player. So that gives him a little different element on there. You're talking about Damian Lillard, as you, New Knicks, you was calling for Dame Lillard. You said he's that boy. You said he's that dude, and that's who Milwaukee got. So they didn't just get a scrub. They got that dude who's in the team. There's a whole different element with Giannis and Dame. So that's a whole nother thing that, again, they're all in for a championship. And then you got the other team, Boston, who added Drew Holiday and Porzingis. A great defender, great scorer, great rebound. So they're a whole different team than what we played last year. These are all-in teams in the East. You got 3 teams that is win the championship or bust. And we just happen to play these teams multiple times within that time frame. So what people are saying that we can't beat these top teams, a lot of the top teams that when they're saying, 9 out of 10 games that we played against top teams, we've lost, 4 or 5 of them were of the same team. We played the Bucks twice. We played Boston twice. So it's not that we're competent against a bunch of top teams in the East. It's the same teams. We've lost to Boston twice. We lost to Bucks twice. in back-to-backs away games, as you said, Machete. We were away. We flew. Some were back-to-back games. Some were in tournament games. So it's not that we're not as competent against top teams. It's against these two top teams, which are really...
All right, check this out. All right. Listen to me, dude. Right now in the standings, Boston is number 1 in the East. Let me just go over the standings right now real quick, okay? So that we have a perspective as to where we are right now. Okay? Right now, Boston's number 1 at 16-5. Orlando is number 2 at 15-7. Milwaukee's number 3 at 15-7. Philly is number 4 at 14-7. Pacers are number 5 at 12-8. Cleveland is number 6 at 39. We're at 7th at 13-9. So we're tied with Cleveland. Cleveland got the edge on us a little bit. With we're at percentage-wise, we're at 571, and they're at close to 600. And then right behind us at number 8 is Brooklyn, and then number 9 is Miami. Brooklyn at 12-9. They're right behind us. As a matter of fact, we're a little above Brooklyn right now. They're on 8th, we're on 7th, but the numbers are almost identical. And we're on a 2-game losing streak, and they're on a 3-game winning streak.
But who
Brooklyn, and they're on 8th, so they're right on our necks. Miami's 9th, 12-10, and top 10 is Atlanta at 9-12. So we're on 7. We're in 7th place right now. We're in 7th place.
As you're reading, though,
with a 2-game losing streak. Now we got Toronto tomorrow coming in, who we should beat.
Go ahead. Did I cut you off? Can you hear him?
No, go ahead. I was done.
So what you're saying that, which is fine, as you're saying the order. So we got Celtics at 1, Magic 2, Bucks 3, 76ers 4, Pacers 5. These teams are balling. Nobody's had the tough schedule that we have. What?
No, go ahead. Now you're in again.
I'm saying these people that we played, no one's had the tougher schedule that we had. We played a bunch of away games, a bunch of back-to-back games early, more than anybody. We probably had the toughest schedule over everybody. This is the time where it's going to start separating the people. We're very close in the pack. It's going to be tough. I think the move that definitely helped. The fact that the Bucks, look, even with all that, the Bucks didn't make the champion. They didn't make the tournament. The Bucks are out, and they're still at 3rd. The Magic are tied with them at 15-7. I mean, it's a close race between 1 and 5. So it's not like these guys are gapping us, that they're super far.
Look, bro, that tournament, that proves that you just made a good point. That tournament, how much bullshit that was, man. The Bucks and Boston didn't make the tournament.
There you go.
So, anyways.
You're on mute, Knicks. I can't hear you.
I said it's not bullshit, it's basketball.
It is what it is. It's fine. And we're not going to make excuses. We took L's. We took an L to the Bucks multiple times. They have our number for the most part now. Can we make adjustments? It's still early. It's only 21 games in the season. We've played the top 3 teams, the top 3 in the East Coast, 2 times at least. And we're going to play them again. So the fact that we're losing to the same 1 and 3 teams is different. That's a whole different speculation. On to the next team. So
and to your point, those teams did add players, 2-way players, which made them. We stood pat, and we stood with the moves we made. You know what I mean? A lot of those teams in the East did improve by picking up a player or 2, which I mean. Like I was telling myself, by 20 games, I already knew DiVincenzo was going to take the starting spot. But I was waiting for the 20 games. But I think I'm going to give them the courtesy of 10 more games. Yeah, I mean, just to see where we at, really. Because, I mean, like you said, it's only the same 2 teams that we've been losing to. So we're not that far off. But do think we've been playing like trash, and I think Jalen Brunson could definitely do a lot better in orchestrating the team. Because I think that's the main element that's going on. I don't mind him scoring the 40, the 38s, the all of that, but I'd rather him orchestrate and get the team going before himself.
I can agree with that, and we've said that on at least the last couple of podcasts that we're talking about that. Trash, I don't know. Offensively, I think we've been really, really good. I think it's a lack of.
But Dwight, our identity is defense, bro. Our identity is defense, and we cannot like where are we in the defensive standings right now? Because it's not looking that well.
Let me answer that for you. Let me answer that for you. So prior to this loss to Baltimore, prior to that, we were number one on defense in the entire NBA. We were number one on defense prior to these two losses. So we weren't full trash. We weren't at the bottom of the barrel. We were doing really good. We slipped on two teams. I think how we were trying to play them was good as far as making, doubling on Giannis. Our rotations were trash. Our rotations faltered quite a bit. We were just relying on either Mitch, and they exploited that because they had centers who can shoot the three-pointers, which is Brook Lopez, and they had Porzingis in the other team that were stretching, that were taking Mitch out of the paint, who, as we said before, is our anchor. He's our main guy that when someone slips on the defense, Mitch picks up our lack of effort. And they exposed that because when Mitch had to go to the three to defend Brook and defend Porzingis, the players who normally don't play as hard or slip, we saw it. We saw it. We got exposed in that. And not only that, but those teams were hitting career and NBA season highs at three. 60% from three is unheard of from any team. The most average from the team is about 38, 36, and they were hitting 60 from three. So it took a combination of both of those. Our rotations definitely are trash. The fact that we're allowing 37 points per quarter is unheard of for us. That for sure has to be addressed. We've hit 120 points per game. So the fact that people are saying that our offense is trash is not correct. We're definitely scoring on that. What were you saying, Mercedes?
I'm look the way I'm trying to be real. I'm trying to. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're breaking up a little.
I'm looking at the numbers right now, dude. And I'm realistic.
And some of the chat while you
with the numbers are short right now.
Hey, Mike, let Dwight address the chat real quick.
Let me address the chat while you look at the numbers real quick. Salute to Michael Drake, Keith Watkins, Replay Gang, Live Gang, everybody that's in the chat. We appreciate you guys. It ain't no us without you guys, so we definitely appreciate you guys checking in.
Facts.
Drake, which we're going to talk about that in a second as far as who graphics. It's basketball organic. 21 games last year were we were beaten by good teams, but losing to bad teams this year is in reverse. So, yes, we're beating bad teams this year. Good teams are losing teams for the most part. Keith Watkins, I hope I'm wrong, but so far it looks like we need that guy added to our core to be able to contend with the elite teams. It's still early.
Go ahead.
No, so as far as
there's a couple of things real quick.
Go for it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dwight.
No, go ahead. I did it. We'll go back to the chat. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
No, go ahead with the chat, bro.
No, I did. We'll address. I'm gonna talk about it a little more. Go for it.
Look, there's a couple of things, bro. Look, same time last year, we lost some bad games, really bad. You know that one. There was a game in Dallas where RJ broke his finger. Right, there was a couple of games where we were behind or ahead 20 points and then lost by 20. There was that game where Luka scored.
No, we were behind. We were behind by 25 to the Bucks, and then we came back and almost beat them.
And then those there was two back-to-back games right around this time last year where it was really bad for us. It was looking pretty grim, and then we went on an 8-game winning streak. But from the way it's looking at right now, if unless the numbers get better, but at this pace with these 21 games that we've played, we're 12-9, right?
So we're just a little bit over 500 and just underneath 600. Okay, so unless things get better, bar injury, we're looking at 7th place right now because this is where we're sitting right now. So we may be looking, if we continue at this pace, because usually when you play every 21 games, is more or less the numbers are the same, more or less, unless we get better. Or unless we, bar injury, we get worse. But the numbers will be more or less in these next 21 games, we'll probably go 12-9 again. You understand what I'm saying? And then again in the next quarter, right? So then if it looks like that and teams continue to get better, we're still behind Cleveland. We're still behind the Pacers because we don't look anywhere near the Pacers right now.
I don't agree with it.
Even Dwight said he wouldn't want to see the Pacers right now. You feel me? So if they're just gonna get better, and if it continues on like this, then the Pacers will be in 5th place, Cleveland will be in 6th place, and we'll be in 7th place, unless things get better or we do something to get better, so that we're not in the next 21 games 12-9. We can be 15-8 or 15-7.
But Mike. Your math is wrong. Your math is wrong because you said it'll stay like this, and then to the next 21 games, and then the next.
Usually we'll be in the same pace.
Right, but Mike,
let's things get better. We'll continue the same pace, and if we don't get better, then we'll continue in the next 21 games be 12-9. So we gotta do something to get better. Or the schedule, it could be the schedule gets easier.
You said it last
but it's not looking like that in December.
How do we stay the same if we went on a 9-game run, we lost about 4, and then we went on another 8 games? So the mathematics aren't the same. We can
then
always
tell me
improve.
why are we sitting in 7th, right neck and neck with Brooklyn behind us, and ahead of Miami? So it looks like to me, what I'm saying is that it looks like to me, if this was the play-in right now, we'd be in the fucking play-in in the 7th place, with battling with Brooklyn and Miami ahead behind. And behind the Pacers and behind Cleveland. That's how it would look like if this is the play-in right now. If this is the play-in right now, at this pace. At this pace is all I'm saying.
Oh, listen, I take the take. I understand your take. I understand the chat's take. I understand what our fans are saying. But we have to look at what's really happening. Let's take what's actual facts and statistics. Right now is the first 21 games of the season. That means we got 60 games to go.
And we're still 12-9. And we still lost a fucking ball.
Let him finish.
We still lost to.
Let him finish. You said that. We heard that. Let him finish.
In the 12-9, prior to that, this is the best start we've had since 2012. Just on that alone, just the way we are now.
You serious? That's for real?
That's a stat. That's a real stat. That's a fact.
So this was a better record than us last year?
Than 2012.
Yes.
Since
the start.
2012. This is our best start in 2012. In literally 2 decades. A decade, sorry, 1 decade. So since 2012, this is our best.
My mouth.
Okay? So that's
what I'm saying.
And this is still, and even so, Thibodeau always takes 20 games to evaluate his teams, evaluate his rotation, evaluate his players, and see if this is what he wants to move forward or what's he going to make an adjustment. Grimes happened to just speed it up by saying, I don't think I'm getting enough touches. Thibodeau was more than likely going to make the move anyway.
He knew it was coming. He knew it was coming. 20 games in, we were talking about it for how many pods we were talking about it. We gave him the chance, and me and New Knicks were saying we weren't downing on Grimes. We support him and we love him. We know he's going to have a big year. But we're saying it's the open shots that he was missing. That's the only thing that kills a Knicks fan, bro. We're not trying to beat a dead horse. We definitely not doing that. And this channel fucking definitely supports every faction of the Knicks organization when it comes to the office, to the players, to the fucking water boy. We behind everything. This is one of the most loyalist channels. That's why we got who we got visualizing what we got going on here. You know what I mean?
Keith Watkins says, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Keith Watkins says best start, but all our wins are against teams under 500. Yes, a lot of our teams are under against teams that are 500, which you are correct. But the teams that, if you look at the what they're saying, the mantra, or people are saying that we are losing to teams that are winning teams. Most of those, at least half the games, were against these same two teams. Was against Boston.
And like you said before, those teams made slight adjustments. You know what I mean? The Holiday plays defense. He's a shooter. You know what I mean? And having Porzingis. Porzingis is a two-way play. He plays defense and he can shoot. You know what I mean?
And these are all in teams. These teams, it's either win the championship or they're blowing this team up. These are who we're losing to. It's still early in the season, and you guys are right. We are losing to teams that are championship or bust, and that's okay. But guess what? It's still only 20 games in. Does that mean that they are beating us 60 games from now? It's going to be a different thing. We're making the right adjustments. The good thing about this is that we've seen these championship teams of what they can do, what they like to do against us. So later on in the year, we're going to have the advantage. When the schedule gets lighter, when we make our run, and when we play these dudes again, we know what they're capable of.
All right. What a lot of fans are not taking into consideration and really honing in on is that the players that we have that were balling out last year are not playing how they normally play. I don't know if it's IQ's new Boondocks look. I don't know if it's I don't know. I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't know if it's Grimes getting new box that got his head floating in the wrong direction. I can't tell you what it is. But our players that we did not trade other players for are not playing up to par.
So you say you don't like cornrows quick? You don't like cornrows quick?
Bro, Boondocks quick, I'm not liking it, bro. He's definitely not playing like he just got out the Boondocks, bro. I do not like no.
Individual box braids.
He need to go back to the box braids. He need to go back to the twist. Let those little antennas hang where it's helping his mental guidance. You know what I mean? It has to hang. Pause. You know what I mean? Just let it float, bro. It's horrible, bro. Bro, we really behind our squad, but y'all making us look like shit, bro.
Hey, listen, from my perspective, and you want to say something, Machete, before I just start going on a tangent? Oh, you're on mute. No, you good? Listen, if you're looking at our games, we have not been in any kind of rhythm. The first 4 or 5 games, Randall was trying to get into shape from his ankle injury. RJ was flowing. Then he had the 3, 4, 5 games that he missed with the migraines. He got out of rhythm. Grimes was never in rhythm. He was not in rhythm at all or nothing. And now we're getting to where we have some kind of cohesiveness. I actually like the move where Grimes goes to the bench. And I was saying it before in the last couple of podcasts, and it's not to bench the guy at all. He's someone that he's trying to get into a rhythm or flow or try these things that he did in the offseason, and he's going to get those touches in the bench, which is what he was complaining about. He's going to get that burn where he can be that guy coming off the bench, and we need that. If you get hit, him and IQ, statistically, their numbers together is bananas. So if you got IQ and him, they can help each other get into some kind of rhythm. You got the Nova Knicks in the starting lineup. Dante DiVincenzo is a better catch and shoot player. He moves off the ball. Grimes was standing there, which he said it himself.
Right. Grimes was basically saying he don't like playing with Jimmy, bro. He likes playing with IQ.
Whatever he was saying, the point is he's standing. But let's say that's the case. Let's say that's the case. He doesn't like playing whatever. You have to do other things than just think you could do what you want. You have to do other things. When you look at Dante, he's like almost the Steph Curry light. He's moving off the ball. He's slashing.
Hey, Mike, quick question. Sorry to interrupt you, Dwight. Does DiVincenzo play like how Grimes was playing when he was lit? Because when you see DiVincenzo and Grimes, they're basically the same fucking play, except DiVincenzo's taking the initiative.
Who plays better when they're playing with Jalen Brunson? My question to you.
It's gonna be DiVincenzo because he already know.
And he knew that. And what I'm saying is that they all knew that. He knew that.
Mike, hey, if that was the case, all right, hey, you as a player, if you know, damn, my point guard's dog just came in. Let me spend some more time with my point guard. You know what I mean? And be like, yo, yo, where, like, or see how DiVincenzo, what points, what's he doing? Like, come on, bro. Like Grimes ain't slashing to the basket
because
he used
in his head, in the start of the season, before that move, I'm sorry, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
You know, it would seem to me that at the beginning of the season, right before the DiVincenzo move, he was the guy. He was on J.J. Redick, and he was in articles. Everybody was recognizing him as they should have.
And they hung up his high school jersey. They did a parade for him.
But you know, but then what happened?
He's on the top TikTok fucking dance moves. What else does he need, bro?
Pero espérate, esto es lo que te estoy diciendo. Es que eso fue el pensamiento entrando el season, coming in. He was supposed to be the guy.
But
what happened?
He's not the guy.
Let me fucking finish, dog. But what happened? You bring in, and I knew as soon as then DiVincenzo, oh no, he was his roommate, JB's roommate. They won 2 championships together. Everybody was like, wait a minute, this cat has mad chemistry he has more chemistry with Jalen Brunson than in his little pinky than Grimes does in his whole body. Chemistry with JB. You already knew what was gonna happen.
But what? Look.
Okay, and that goes to my point. So you train harder with your point guard, bro. What are you gonna do? Just sit there like, I'm not gonna practice harder. I'm not gonna shoot better.
Phil, but Phil, but you see that Grimes was practicing with teammates, but a teammate that lives where he's from.
No, Mike. Your point was Dante and Brunson, not with other fucking players. Now you're moving the goalposts.
Phil,
you get your guard and you practice with your guard and you shoot 3,000. Yes.
Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Let me explain to you why it didn't fucking happen. Because Jalen Brunson is doing his thing up north with the fucking people up north. He was getting his awards. He was getting his shit put up in Villanova. Wait. Not only that, he wasn't around. He was doing FIBA. Hold on a second. Shut up.
Grimes was in
FIBA. He was practicing. He was practicing with Onyo. He was also fucking practicing with fucking Randall in Texas because they were practicing together when Randall was getting better. They were practicing him and Randall, but fucking they couldn't practice with his point guard because his point guard was in fucking FIBA.
Wasn't Grimes was
if anything, he was because he was in FIBA because Grimes was in FIBA. Grimes was in FIBA practicing against he was in practice.
He was what I'm saying, bro. Yo, what are you smoking?
Bro, Grimes was practicing with Jalen Brunson because he was told that Dwight, help me explain, Dwight.
Hold on. So
Dwight, you know what I'm talking about.
Hold on.
We both lost, nigga. Don't try to get Dwight to fucking save you. We both lost.
Yo, Mike, you were saying that he's not getting practice time.
Oh my God, I wish I had a liquor store.
Don't fucking be off topic, son. He's saying that he should be practicing with his point guard. And what I'm telling you is that, look, even if in the summer he couldn't because Jalen Brunson was doing the fucking FIBA. And as a matter of fact, he did practice against Jalen Brunson in FIBA because Grimes was the fucking guys that they practice against the opponents.
Mike, was DiVincenzo with Brunson, Grimes, and Hart if FIBA
It didn't matter.
was
They were fucking college classmates, and they won 2 champs. They already got that chemistry.
you get better. You practice with your nigga, yo.
All they gotta do is play 2 or 3 games together. They're already vibing. What are you talking about?
Mike. Randall pulled Mitch to the side and practiced with him for the summer, didn't he? Didn't Randall and Mitch practice? Randall and Mitch. They practiced together.
How many years
Randall took the initiative.
They've been playing together 4 years. Bad example. They've been playing 4 years together.
Mike. Chilalang ching chang na chalame nanday.
Okay, I understand. All right, I got you.
Hey, hold on. Hey, let me try to bring in.
Lord.
I understand. Thank you for clarifying.
Hey, do I get to the chat? Can we read some chats? Because maybe the chat can enlighten us all.
I can't read that because the chat is lost also. Grimes played with Brunson in FIBA. They were in FIBA together for weeks. In fact, Grimes' team, the practice squad, beat Brunson against the starters.
Right.
Drumming and smoking at the same. I don't know, bro. Those mountains got you going in twirls, bro. You're just as confused as the Rose. You are just as confused as the
Even that practice is nothing compared to what him and the chemistry that him and DiVincenzo. Fucking obviously, you got fucking Jay. They got the fucking DiVincenzo hitting fucking 7 threes a game.
Let me read the chat.
So that chemistry's obviously vibing right there.
Hold on.
Because you got him hitting 7 threes a game. You got this motherfucker competing against that.
Let me say
0 threes, bro. 0 threes, bro.
Hey, let me say one thing before you go to the chat, Dwight. We have the best starting since what, a whole decade, right? Grimes was the starter in that. So why can't you get better, bro? Get better, bro. Read the chat, Dwight. I'm done with this nigga.
For 83 games. 83 games.
Hey, mute this nigga, B.
Hey, salute Keith Watkins says Grimes just needs more shots to get confidence back, staying on the bench.
How many more shots, Keith? How many? He should be in the fucking bathroom with a fucking rim in the fucking trash can of the toilet.
Keith this may be the best move of the season, which he's right. And to Machete, Machete, I'm trying to vibe with you, my guy. We've said it for at least 6 podcasts. The thing with Grimes, and yes, to give you some validation, because there's some people that feel that way, that maybe he felt pressure with DiVincenzo because DiVincenzo's a homie. The signing may have thrown involvement. Hold on. Maybe it gave him a little stress or whatever, but guess what? You still got paid $5 million to shoot a basketball. And most of them shots, which the whole time we were complaining about Grimes, was I didn't even complain about him getting touches or shots. It was his open shots. And when he was open, it was wide open. They weren't even contested. Multiple games. He had at least 4 games where he had 0 points. And not only 0 points, you can have an off game, you can have a bad game, but there was no rebounds, there was no assist, there was nothing else extra.
But was his defense lacking? Was his defense lacking, though?
The defense is great, but if your player let's just say
the only thing that was lacking was the shots weren't going.
Mute this nigga, bro. Mute this nigga.
Hold on.
It wasn't like the nigga wasn't playing. It wasn't like the cat wasn't playing defense.
I'm gonna.
I mean myself. Thank you very much. I'll shut my mouth.
I'll give you your point.
Let's segue to the Celtics game. What was his points in the Celtics game? Segue to that.
There's other fans that say the same thing. I'll give you your point. Let's say he's locking down Dante. Let's say he's locking down Dame. Let's say he's locking down one of the other players. Let's say that's the case, and he is. He's an elite defender. But what good is your defense of locking this other person down? Is that when they're guarding you, they're literally resting and they're saving energy because you are not making them work. So you are just as boy as Evan Fournier.
Hey, what's Dumbo's name from Atlanta? The point guard.
Oh,
Trey Young. Bro, they had Trey Young defending Grimes. They had Trey Young defending Grimes. Why? Because he's the weakest link.
But the flip side was that he wasn't going off either because of Grimes.
Mike
plays offense, but he doesn't play defense. And then when he plays defense, he doesn't play offense. What the fuck, yo?
Point number one. Hold up. Point number one. You got fucking Trey Young on you on defense, and you not exploiting that and asking for the ball.
Trey Young wasn't the only one on hand. So he's fucking guarding Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler
Second of all, you give me $5 million, I'm making 18 points, bro. I'm sure I'm I'm triple his age. Give me $5 million. I'll do better than Grimes.
Every time Grimes touches the ball, this is a fact, and we're not riding on him. We're just pointing out what was out there. Every time,
but we're not riding on you.
We're not riding on Grimes. Listen, just like my kid. I say this all the time in every podcast. If this is my kid who gave me A's and B's last year, now you give me C's and D's, I'm riding on you like Seabiscuit. I'm making sure you get
We're riding on you like Seabiscuit, but we're not riding on you.
Hey, listen, we're not riding on him too. Facts or not, all right? He didn't produce in the role that he
Mike, you know why I'm pissed? You know why I'm pissed? Because in the beginning of the podcast, Dwight read out Grimes' stats.
Listen, I'll be back.
And I heard 0 points, 0 rebounds. I heard a bunch of zeros. And I think that was on the Celtics game. So that's a game where
no, that was on the Bucks game. That was on the Bucks game. On the Celtics game, he did different.
All right, read me.
Hang on a second. Let me find it. Hang on. Wait a minute.
Read me his numbers.
Wait.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Hang on a second, bro. Hang on a second. I'm driving. Hang on. Let me pull over. Hang on. Give me a second.
Okay, but what I'm saying, at any point in time, whether if it was the Bucks game, the Celtics game, or any game, your stats should not be donuts across the board at no point in time as a professional. At no time. Lucky I don't got my phone out here so I can read the chat.
All right, look. All right, boss score for him on the Celtics, Grimes.
That what?
All right, let's go. I'm going into the box.
Grimes, all right, in 19 minutes, and what was he played? Grimes.
Versus the Celtics.
Played 19, 23, scored 13 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists.
And 13 points.
5 field goals, man, 13 points.
Okay,
so first time playing in the pitch.
And that was against the Celtics?
Against their bench team. Against
their bench, you're producing 18, 15 points? Man, the way you talking, you should be coming out the bench and roasting niggas. They should be barbecue chicken. The way you talking.
He hit 5 of 10 of 3. He was 50% from his free throws. And hit 3 of 7 3 points.
3 of 7.
Listen, the point of all this is he wanted more touches. It works. Whatever happened, it's gonna work the way it is. Dante's gonna flow better with Jalen Brunson. I think they're gonna flow better because they have chemistry. He's a better catch and shoot player right now. Is he as good a defender as Dante?
Not a one-on-one defender, but he's still.
Yep, he's a better help defender. He's a good steals player. He slashes and cuts. He cuts. He gets defense. He gets rebounds. He makes passes. He's a playmaker. So I think it's going to work to the advantage both ways. I think it's going to help our starting unit because at the minute RJ passed to him against the Boston game, he made the shot. He hit the shot. He got 6 points, and it was a rough game for Dante, but he still got 6 points.
Damn! Wait a minute. I didn't realize Hartenstein against the Celtics had 4 offensive rebounds and 12 defensive rebounds. Shouts out to Wonder Bread.
And who's
4 offensive rebounds, 12 defensive
Salute to
rebounds.
Wonder Bread.
16 rebounds.
16 rebounds. Jump up.
Isaiah Hartenstein was
16 fucking rebounds, dog. Holy shit.
Yo, can we get to the chat?
That was awesome, dog.
Let's get back to the chat. So now we're going on to the Bucks game. Now we left where I left it off with the thing. Keith Watkins said Grimes just need more shots to get confidence back, staying on the bench rotation. Mob deep, as my man Raw would say. That's right. As Raw, salute Raw Hebrew. That's my dog. Yesterday we was at the gun range.
Yeah, I was watching the show. He said y'all stepped out yesterday. Y'all was outside.
We was doing our thing, and we're gonna talk about a little bit about some trade. He mentioned it. So if you haven't heard about the trade that we talked about, go Raw Hebrew Remnant. Go check out his YouTube. We talked about it. I bring a little bit up of it, but he went way more.
Salute Raw Hebrew.
Hey, my dog is on some point. He's always on point. Speaking Raw.
This is the because that's the way that it has to be.
Check out the Raw. Hey, my dog Raw. So he went out. And Keith Watkins was going in. So we'll see. So everything that we're saying is fine. We're going to the Bucks. To the Celtics. Celtics game. We had RJ with 23 points, 1 steal, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He was minus 12. Julius Randle, 20 points, no blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. I don't see how many turnovers he had. He had a few turnovers. He was minus 18. Mitchell Robinson, who had 10 points, one of his better games. The first 6 points, they were finding
double digit.
That's right. He was getting some offensive rebounds. He got some points, so 10 points for him. 8 rebounds, almost close to a double-double. That's
double-double.
We would like to see. I think me and you, Nick, would talk
about. Let's get it, Mitch.
Let's get it, Mitch. And in that game, he had a tweak of the ankle, so we don't know if he's going to be available for the next game. Hope you get a speedy recovery to you, Mitch. Hopefully, if you are down, you get to go spend time with your daughter and hug on her to make you feel better. All right. That's that.
Salute.
And then we had Jalen Brunson, 23 points, 4 assists, 1 rebound, 1 defensive rebound. To touch upon that, 4 assists from Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, we know you are that dude. We know you are Bruns him. We know you are Captain Clutch. We ride or die for you. You are the PG. You are the person in control. You like a Spanish person in control. You know what I'm saying? You're the one that controls the rock, controls the movement. You are the one that needs to get your players involved. We're going to say it now. That's why there shouldn't be any dispute with Grimes. There shouldn't be a dispute on who we need to switch. If the point guard is running the point, you should be able to get all your teammates involved, know who's hot, know who needs touches. That is the point guard job, which I think the new Knicks has said that in the last 2 pods. That is a job of the point guard, that the point guard is not only supposed to score, supposed to facilitate and control the offense.
Yeah, like we said a few episodes ago, sorry to interrupt you, you know what I mean? Jalen Brunson, yeah, we are big supporters. Oh, with the pinky up? Oh, you had the pinky up? Yo, Brunson, check it out. We need, like we said before, a minimum of at least 8 to 9 assists. 8 to 9. I would love 10. Yeah, that'll be sky high. But at the minimum 8 to 9 assists. And I would like you to revisualize your jersey. I would like you to revisualize that jersey as the penguin jackets that the master comes out and orchestrates with. I need you to orchestrate and get our squad going before you turn on the Brunson burner, as Lawrence Tears quoted it. So before you turn those burners on, get the squad going and orchestrate and command the team. I need you to be more vocal. I need you to be a lot more vocal and transform into the general of the team. You are the captain, but I need that captain to graduate to a general. So take charge of the squad and do what you got to do, but orchestrate it, and we need more. We definitely need more assists on them boards.
And in that Boston game, we lost 133 to 123. So again, another game with 120 points. We lost by 10. There was the same denominator. Boston went off on the 3-pointers. The defense of our threes was not good. Our rotations weren't good. But offensive, we look good. As much as people are saying Tibbs ain't an offensive coach or whatever, we averaged 120 in these games that we played against them. They just played phenomenal games. I can't take credit away from them. They were excellent at the 3-point line. We let the players, like when we played the Bucks, we let Beauchamp and all these other people beat us. They just hit their shots. Same thing with Boston. We let these other people hit shots, and they just nailed it. They played a very good game. It's the NBA season.
I mean, our defense was trash on that 3-point line, and it has been.
Our rotation is lackluster. These two teams do have an advantage, as I said earlier. Brook Lopez and Porzingis that are stretch 5. Not everybody has them. No excuses, but they take Mitch out the paint, and it just gave us.
Mitch could also do better. Mitch could definitely guard these centers up on that line. You know what I mean? If they want to play that, get in their face on that 3. Don't give them one, 2 steps. Yeah, I need you to be face to face, mano y mano, nigga. You heard?
Look. Can I say something about Mitch? Look, Mitch.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's still a young center. He's getting bigger.
No. Mike, stop with the excuses. Mitch is a fucking 5-year veteran.
Talk, bro. You over here cut me off every time I say something. No. Let me talk, dog. Let me get my fucking point across, nigga.
Go ahead.
It ain't everything what you think it is. He's still a young, obviously, because he's losing to these veteran fucking centers. These are guys that, you make me not think that he's at the level as Mitch physically. He's still, they're 7-footers, but he's not as experienced. He doesn't have their 3-point shot. He doesn't have their experience still. As good as Mitch is, and Mitch is my dude, he still got a little bit because that's why he's losing when we play against the Bucks and he's going.
Yeah, I hear something in the background. That might be Mike the specialist. All good. Listen. Yeah, go ahead.
Let him finish. Go for it.
Go ahead, Mike.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Look, man, he's still playing against guys that are veterans, man. He's still going up. I was telling you about the that center from the Pelicans, that Vucevic, whoever, I forget his name is, that big Viking guy. When he comes up against guys like that they got established, they can also shoot their threes, bro. They hit their free throw when they go, these are guys that at one point in their career, they were where Mitch was at. And they had to get better. Mitch has got to get better at getting those free throws in, man. I told you that shit at the end of last season. Go home and practice your fucking free throws, bro.
All right.
At least RJ was listening. That's number one. If you can't get your confidence up and get your fucking basic free throws in, dog, how are we going to expect you to get you demanding the ball to shoot?
Mike, you're moving the goalpost. Mike, you're moving the goalpost. We're talking about Mitch.
What I'm trying to tell you is that the point is that Mitch doesn't have the experience that these guys have. That's why they're edging him out and losing against teams like that. The Hartfords and the fucking Brooks.
And I'm going to rebuttal that because when Mitch first came in the game, Mitch was making history and blocking threes. The centers that we're talking about, Mike, the centers that we are talking about.
No, you're right.
Centers, bro, Mitch was playing against defending point guards at the 3-point line. So now we're talking about centers that are shooting, which are his height. He should be up on that line. He gives them.
Mike, he's up on that free throw line. He's fucking shooting 50% or missing both his shots.
That has nothing to do with him defending the 3-point line. You're not listening. You're not listening. We're talking about Mitch defending the 3-point line when he goes against centers that can shoot. You keep moving the goalpost.
Okay, so Phil, if that's the case, then explain to me, Lopez hitting 60% from three. They're hitting 60%.
Because Mitch is not in his face. Mitch keeps giving them 3 feet. You gotta be up in their fucking grill. How can you defend a 3 when you got 4 feet into the line?
So to New Nick's point, he's saying, and to what you're saying,
nigga, you get in the nigga's grill and you telling me, hold up, Dwight, my bad, and you telling me about veterans going against these young niggas. When there's a veteran like Zion going against LeBron, the fucking youngins got fresher fucking legs, should be fucking, and at your 5th fucking year, you're not young anymore, my nigga. You should already be who you supposed to be for the remainder of the fucking career.
The youngest of all the great centers that are right now.
Mike, Brook Lopez is 63. Brook Lopez is 63.
Hey,
what are we talking about?
Listen, Machete.
Bro.
He's the youngest. He's the most inexperienced todavía.
He should be in the grill, nigga. He should be in the grill, nigga.
And why is he? Why is he? Because the old man strength.
Hold on. I'm gonna mute both of you guys, just so we gotta be able to go both ways. So we'll saw both of y'all. Machete, you're saying that he's young. He's been in the league over 5 years. This is his 5th year. He's got his contract. He's technically a veteran. To the point of what New Nick's is saying, is you get a scouting report each game. Each game you get a scouting report, and the key to what you're both saying, what you should know, it's called KYP, know your personnel. When you're going against a team, it's a scouting report you get that they're going to tell you that Brook Lopez is a 3-point shooter. They space the floor to create the lane for Giannis to run the lane. That's why they keep Brook Lopez.
If you've been here 5 years and you don't know Brook Lopez is a fucking shooter, what are you doing in the NBA? I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about. So yes, you're talking about he's young, but you still ultimately you get scouting reports each game. It's not something that at the end of the year you get to look back at people. You get a scouting report. I know who am I guarding today? Brook Lopez. He's the #1 defender in the NBA, and he can shoot threes. So my job is to get him. That lets you know that you got to tell your own teammates, I can't help you this game. I can't keep cheating, and it's up to our other players, our IQ, instead of letting people run off the path. With IQ played terrible defense. Jalen Brunson getting beat by Beasley. I can't help you. You have to play great defense. You have to make sure you're on point on your rotations. So it's not always about Mitch, and this just exploited how much we rely on Mitch to help us out when it has to be the individual players to make that effort. All right, so it was on Jalen Brunson, who played terrible defense. IQ had possessions 3 where even Randall was playing very, very good defense and had to go and help on IQ's man. So our guards were playing terrible defense. Our guards let a lot of that go. Our guards were the rotating players that had to run out to the 3-point line when Mitch wasn't available. So that's where we had to make up on our defense. Them scoring 37 points was not only on Mitch. Them scoring over 130 points on those 2 games was not only on Mitch. That's our team as a unit playing and not picking up their extra man.
Yo, can I ask you something?
Go for it.
How many free throws did he miss? Did he make him miss?
How many free throws did he miss?
Yeah.
Not enough to make up from the 60%.
Will you give me the numbers? What were the numbers then?
Let's go back. But not enough free throws to make up for the 60% that the other team was hitting. Just so you know.
Let alone minus at the 3-point.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't he score 10 points in that game?
Unless it's a dunk.
Yeah.
Did he score 10 points? Did he score 10 points in this game?
He was 0 for 2 for 3 points, Mike. So he missed 2 points out of the only time he went to the line, which those 2 points would not have made up the difference for the 60% that the other team shot on threes.
Those 2 points would have made it a 8-point instead of a 10-point.
Yeah, listen, no one's doubting his free throws. That's great. He needs to make his free throws, but he can't keep helping and cheating to help out the other players who are lacking effort.
Oh, you're right. I see your point. You're absolutely right.
That's
It's
just
not all
what it
his
is.
fault.
And these good teams, elite teams that have stretch fives, which is Porzingis and Lopez, they're in an all-win. That's what they do. So they're cheating. They're hoping to keep their man in the corner to take Mitch out of the paint so that other players can dominate in the paint. And it's up to our guards to play their man ball and be on point with their rotations. That's all it was. Our rotation defense was trash. That's it. We were number one in defense prior to that. Why? Because Mitch was in the paint. So now this exposes us that if you can get Mitch out of the paint, you have a chance to beat the Knickerbockers because they're going to be trash on rotation. So that's just all it was. So do we have a chance to advance on that and learn? Yes. Now let's go back to Keith Watkins. There's a question on here. What if we still look the same against winning teams after 50 games? So he's asking that.
Thank you.
He said that.
50 games.
So
we had.
Hold on. Let me get a question. So he's saying, what if we still look the same against winning teams after 50 games? He's saying that because I said there's a synopsis going out there saying of us that we can't beat winning teams. And I said that a majority of the winning team games that we played have been against the same two teams, which 4 to 8 games have been roughly with the same team, but other winning teams. And I understand that point. And what if we look the same against winning teams after 50 games? What do you think, Machete? Which I got something to say to that, but I'll get your guys' opinions.
But that goes to what I was saying earlier. If we continue at this pace, unless we get better or stay healthy, right? Bar the health, unless some injury, God forbid, happens within the next 21 games, right?
He said 50.
Or 20
games.
Okay, whatever. 20, 23, 24 games then. If we're at 21, then we will need 24 more games, right? 3 more games? But bar injury, if we don't get injured, because if we get injured, if we get any especially Randall or RJ,
let's say we're healthy and we just lose to winning teams 30 games from now.
Okay, so then as according to our last 21 games, we've lost to the winning team, but beating the teams that we should have beaten. So if for the next 24 games we beat the teams that we should beat, right? We're healthy, then we should definitely beat the better teams. Then we'll be better. But then we have to still be better.
Hold on.
Still have to find a way to beat.
The question is, if in 50 games, so 30 games from now, let's say 30 games go by, and we're beating the buster teams, we're beating the teams that are trash, and we're losing to winning teams. In 50 games, what does that look like?
If we're losing to the winning teams, then we're going to be the same as we are right now.
What does that mean?
We're just going to be at 7th. We're just going to be where? Where are we right now? At 7th place. If we're still losing to the winning teams and being the teams that we should beat, and then we're continuing the same pace that we've done in the last 21 games, which is lose to the winning teams and beat the losing team. So if we continue at that pace for the next 24 or 30 fucking games, then we're going to be in 7th place like we are right now, which is what I was saying. If we continue at this pace, unless we get better. But better would mean beating the better team.
Okay.
Better would mean beating the winning teams. That's better. But if we're not beating the better teams and we're still continue what we did the last 21 games, then we're going to be in 7th place. Battling Brooklyn, who knows if they're better, if they gotten better in the next 20, 30 games. But we'll be neck and neck with whatever the fucking consensus is right now, where we are right now. We'll still be exactly the same.
Knicks
losing to the better teams.
Knicks, if we lose, if 50 games go by and we are losing to all the better teams, what does that mean to you? What does that look like to you?
That means we would have 36.
Where will we go from there?
That means we would be 36 and I think like 20 something. Let's go about there. Yeah, I mean, So we'll be above 500. Yeah, I mean, and I don't. If that is the case, I think.
In a second.
I think that there'll be definitely some moves to be made at the end of the year, but with the way things are going, the math just doesn't add up because we definitely have to do better. I just think the reason why we're going through this is because of the little mix up issue of chemistry. You know what I mean? And I think we'll definitely do a lot better against the better teams. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I think there'll definitely be some changes being made at the end of the year if we continue to lose against the better teams.
Ruel, can I ask you something real quick?
But he stepped out real quick. There he is.
Go ahead.
Ruel, let me ask you something real quick. Yo, you remember when you used to do the 3 or the 4 mile run in the Marines, right?
Yep.
And I don't know how they made you do the PFT, but you had to run around the field. Let's say you had to run around the field.
Salute to all the soldiers out there, you heard? Salute to all
our soldiers out there, our served and our fallen, especially our fallen. But whenever what I'm saying is that whenever let's say you have to field, 1 lap was a mile, right?
Yeah.
Like when I ran the 3 miles, I ran it 21 minutes, which basically meant I kept a 7-minute mile. It took me 7 minutes to run that 1 lap, 1 mile, 7 minutes, right?
Yep.
3 times. But it was harder every time you ran that 1 lap to maintain that 7 minutes, right?
Yep.
That first lap might be 7 minutes. That second lap might be 7 minutes and 21 seconds, depending. Or you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that every quarter, every time we go, we play 25 games and we're running that lap, right? We're trying to keep that same pace. We're trying to keep that 7-minute pace every time we run around that lap. Every time we do those 25 games, we want to keep that pace. That whether it be our net rating, our defensive rating, or offensive rating, or our position in the standing, our percentage over 500, at 600. We want to be, if we're at 571 right now, we want to be the next 25 games. We want to fucking be at 650, 620, 621 at least. And with the third time around, we want to be at 700, staying at 700. Because then that would mean our standing would be in 4th or 3rd place. Because obviously, if we're at just above 500, at 571 right now, percentage, we are at 7th place right now. And things are just going to get better. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let me add, it might be a little long. Go ahead. You got to say something because what I might say might be a little more long.
No, I say that's what I was saying earlier, that the math with the question that Keith had asked, was it Keith or Coach?
It was Keith.
All right. Yeah, we should, like, the math doesn't add up because we're doing a lot better with the start, and we added better pieces and we have better chemistry. So I think, we there's no way, like I said earlier, like we're going through this little thing because everybody's not firing on all cylinders. You feel what I'm saying? But as soon as everybody get comfortable in their spots, all right, this is where you at, like things. Like you said, we should go from 500 to 600 to 700 to 900. Like that's what should be happening when you're playing with more chemistry and getting more timing. You can't get worse. You can only get better.
And let me go off on that. It might be a little more long-winded, but to what the new Knicks are saying as well is what I agree with. The question, just to go back, if you're just joining us, what if the Knicks, if we still look the same after 50 game wins? The question is coming out because there's a stigma out there saying that we're losing to winning teams, and the winning teams that we lost to are championship teams. And if you look at Boston, if you look at Milwaukee, which again, those are the main teams we're talking about, for the most part, those teams have been together for quite some time, minimum 4 years. So these teams know each other. They know where they like to shoot. They've played together for a long time. They've had the same rotations. They've had the same coach. They've had the same plays. So they know that their system, the Miami Heat, they have the same rotation. They have the same players. They have had a coach for over 13 years. They have the same thing that they run with. This is all new to us. We're still figuring out what we like to do, who fits where, who's going to benefit us more. So this is new to us, and we're being evaluated. We're evaluating our own team against teams that have been doing this for just under a decade together. So that's where we got to start thinking about one. Okay, we're still building, developing, and getting to see what works for us. This year, as we're looking for, we stand packed with all our players. All our players, this is an evaluation year for the most part. Who's going to work for us, who doesn't. We didn't sign IQ. We worked on something to try to get IQ. Where we felt we offered him 18 mil, which I thought that was a reasonable number. As New Knicks was saying, you're not going to pay someone from the bench more than you're going to pay starters. So I think that was definitely a fair price to offer him. He negated not to go with that. We wanted more from that. So now we're going to let the NBA determine on where his value is. So where he's a restricted free agent, there's no reason to make a harsh move or a rush move when you got someone that's still you're paying $4 million a year instead of trading and losing your asset at that point in time. So let's see what happens. You got Grimes, who there's a role, there's a position. This is what we're hiring you for. We need you to shoot and guard this person. That is your role that we're giving you. You accepted the job. That was your job. And now you're complaining that you couldn't do the job. So now we're going to have to reduce your role of what you wanted. You want more touches, it goes to the bench. Now we're going to get someone to fill in your slot to do this role who thinks he can do it. Now he has to get adjusted. He does have some familiarity with the point guard who's in place, so it will help. And as you're seeing, it did benefit Grimes. DiVincenzo still scored 6 points now. He didn't have 0. He had 6 points. So it's going to take a little time for that to develop on there, for us to get some kind of cohesiveness that these teams already have. All these teams that are top 500 teams, you can go down the line, and all these top 500 teams have been together for quite some time. They're used to their system. Their players have been there. They know their roles. So that's something to say. Now, to answer the question, if we're like this after 50 games, if you saw Raheem Remna, again, you go watch a show. We talked about that last night. Then at that point, you're going to evaluate your player. You're going to look at who fits, who doesn't fit. Is IQ worth signing that max money? Do we trade X amount of players? Now, at the end of the season, it's not mid-trade season. It's not trade season. Not in the trade season. At the end of the year, you're going to see who worked, who didn't work, and then you make the move. Me and Raw did talk about that yesterday. And if you saw Raheem Boot's show, which I recommend go watch his show as well, we talked about going for a player that would fit to make this team work against these top 50 teams. And I'll let you just watch Raw's show to know who I think that happens with. But that's what we're looking at this year. This is an evaluation year. Grimes didn't fit for the first 20 games, just like Evan didn't fit last year. So we're trying to find the fit of who fits with these stars. We have 3 players, just like LeBron James, D Wade, and Bosh. They were the main dudes. Did Mike Miller say, yo, I want more touches over Ray Allen, over D Wade, over Bosh, over LeBron? Nah, yo, you sit there and you shoot the ball. These are the dudes that are going to play. So everybody has to learn their role, and that's just what it is.
Hey, I'm gonna say one thing also that I heard, not in the Knicks universe, but out there. You know what I mean? Like, ladies and gentlemen, let's take into consideration that when the Knicks play, like, Julius Randle is our best player. But when we play a lot of these teams, Julius Randle isn't the best player on the court. The best player is going to be Jimmy Butler. The best player is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. The best player is going to be fucking Jason Tatum. You understand what I'm saying? We're going up against teams that have a number of fucking all-stars and superstars. You know what I mean? The New York Knicks do not, even though we validate Jalen Brunson as an all-star, Randall is a 2-time all-star, but look at the competition that we're going up against. These are our top tier players. You feel? And
according to you.
no matter how we feel about our team, we feel all our players are the best. But like, let's come to reality. Like you're talking about Dame versus Grimes. Like, are we getting the gist of this? Like, come on. Let's bring reality to reality. A lot of the times, our team is not the best team on the floor, but we're still balling. And Tibbs is trying to figure out who is going to help out Jalen Brunson and Randall better in these starting positions. So let's take everything into accountability. Yeah, I mean, we're one of the smartest fans in the NBA. So let's look at everything 360 degrees. Yeah, I mean, before we start making harsh judgments on our players. You got to remember that we're gonna put some respect on DiVincenzo's name. He earned that spot. He fought for that spot. Yeah, I mean, he's a winner. You can learn a lot from a winner. He's been around elite players, Curry, all these players. Like you're absorbing when you're a kind of player like the same way Jalen Brunson was around homie in Dallas, like Luka Doncic. Our players are absorbing the players that we have. First of all, winners before they even stepped on the NBA court. So they already know how to win, and they're just absorbing and getting better. So let's, I mean, the Knicks are still the heaviest jersey in the league. We're not just playing other teams; we're playing against the whole industry.
Go ahead, Machete.
No, that was good, Phil. Yeah, and I agree with what he's saying. You know, DiVincenzo did earn that spot, and once again, experience won out. You know, his experience and also his chemistry and knowing where he's at the court. I think you're right. Part of the problem was what happened with Grimes was that he just didn't know what his role was.
No, Mike, sorry to interrupt you. I think Tibbs was giving Grimes the common courtesy to fight for his spot, but he just didn't. He didn't execute on that. Tibbs gave him 20 games.
I still think in his head. No, yeah, you're right. He did because that's his guy.
He gave him 20 games. He gave him 20 games to fight for his shit. He said, "Yo, you got 20 to fight for yours." He didn't do that.
And that's a big thing that people ain't gonna mention too. That Tibbs stuck with him. When he was going through his slumps, when he was going through the 0 games, he still stuck and repped with his player and gave him the shot. He didn't pull and yank him and kill his confidence. He said, "Play through it." He said, "Push through it." He gave him 20 games after 4 of them were zeros. No rebounds, no assists. What he told Josh Hart, he told Josh Hart in 1 game, "You want to get involved in the game? Get involved in the game.
Go do it. Go do it." Like, yo, y'all gonna put some respect on Tibbs' name, bro. Like Tibbs.
But I was gonna ask you guys something. So now you go. So now they're gonna go with Brunson and DiVincenzo defense, right? Because he can shoot the 3 when they find him, and he's got.
Bro, he's not. He's listen. Defense, Chenzo. He's defense. But the boy,
but
he
what
can
I'm
shoot.
saying, you're right. But what I'm saying is, look, he can shoot, and he's a 3-and-D guy. But don't you think that their size, that DiVincenzo's not being able to finish? You know, when he does that, when he goes towards the basket and does that reverse layup, and he doesn't finish, is unable to finish at the basket, and their size. You think that's going to hold well against us?
Because
because of their size, because they're both they're about 6'4".
Yeah,
give or take.
They're about an inch off each other, pause, as far as height.
6'3", 4. If you want to give them 6'3", and if you want to give them 6'4", because they both could be like maybe 6'3".
Right. Yeah, but Mike, but like Raw Hebrew said against that size argument that our fan base keeps having. Listen, DiVincenzo is a shooter. Like he's shooting it with people in his face. He don't see the pressure. You're playing next to your guy. Your guy knows where your spots are. Sometimes when we see the Nova boys playing, they play like they know where, like they're not putting the pass. They're putting the pass where they're going to be.
Let me say something real quick. People talk about size all the time. Was Smart the defensive player of the year? Was he 7 feet? Defense is effort, people.
Heart.
It is heart and effort. Are you gonna make the play?
And hustle.
Are you playing against a player? Are you pushing up on him? Are you making him uncomfortable in the shot? Are you in his face? It is effort and heart. That is what defense is. It is not height. It is not strength. It is just effort and heart. That is what defense is. Defense would play anybody. He makes anybody uncomfortable. He strips. He's one of the top strips and defenders in the league. So he can shoot the ball and he can defend. Will he play as big or as stronger as Grimes? Probably not. But Grimes got cooked in the Bucks game as well. People get cooked every night. Are you going to make him uncomfortable?
So then that means that DiVincenzo's going to be guarding the best player now.
Yeah, but the difference between defense is that when you got DiVincenzo there, his hands are active. He's constantly moving his feet. He's anticipating plays. I mean, it's basketball. You know what I mean? He's gonna anticipate and he's gonna go for the gamble. And the majority of the times he's gonna beat the gamble because he's anticipating and timing the calculations of the infrastructure of the dribble of the ball when it comes to the mechanics of the
DiVincenzo is fighting over the screens to the detail. What my brother was saying, he went mad. He's fighting over the screens. He's fighting. He's looking at the defender. He's seeing the switch happening. He's calling out the plays on top of that.
He's good at anticipating.
He's fighting and he's doing the other things, which is a 0 rebounds, a 0 steals that Grimes was doing. Yes, he's playing individual defense, but DiVincenzo's cutting, he's slashing, he's a playmaker. He's doing other things than if he's not
trying.
He's getting other people involved. He's throwing an alley to Mitch. He's getting a catch from, he's doing other things, and that's what matters in the starting role. If the other 3 guys are the main guys, what are you doing other than that? You're slashing, you're fighting, you're cutting through. So I think it's going to be something that's going to help us. I don't think we're going to keep this losing record to top teams. The fact that we played Bucks and Boston is something crazy. I think that's only going to help us at the end. And salute to Johnny Harris that's in the chat, the Miami faithful, the 305 King, which salute to New Knicks is in the 305. Miami represent, and we got mad love for Miami. 305, Broward,
hometown,
Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, but you know what else, guys? We also have other teams that are emerging. We got to look over our shoulders. We're talking about the Orlandos. We're talking about the Pacers. We got to worry about.
Got better,
not only, a lot of these teams got better. Brooklyn is still in it. They're right there, if not just a little bit or worse than we are right now because of our record. But like you said, I don't want to face the Pacers right now, the way they're balling, or the fucking Orlando, the way they're balling. Because we've been on them. We've beaten them up a couple of times the last couple of years, and they're gonna want payback. Number one, especially Orlando.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's no such thing as a scary ass Knicks fan. Stop being scary, nigga. We ain't scared of shit.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not being scary. I'm just being realistic, though.
Let me.
Man. You know what I mean? You can't take any team for granted. This is the NBA.
My boy.
As somebody I know says, this is the league. Anything can happen. You can't sleep on these teams. You can't sleep on Orlando. You can't sleep on the Pacers either. But you know what? You can't sleep on the Knicks.
Mike, we had a team, Mike. Our team, when we played at our full capacity, our bench scored 57 points. Our bench scored 57 points.
Where was that against the Bucks?
But that's what I'm saying.
The Bucks scored 60% from 3-pointers, my guy. 60.
Yeah, they wasn't missing, nigga. They wasn't missing shit.
What happened to Bucks? The Bucks?
Hold on, Machete, hold on real quick. To answer that, because I've heard that going around, I've heard people mention that the Orlando's in Indiana. Let's just make one thing clear. or Indiana.
Let's just get one thing straight.
Let's just get one thing straight. Indiana has 8 number 1 draft picks in their rotation. 8. So we're gonna call facts. They have 8. Neesmith, Obadiah Toppin, Halliburton. You got Matherin. All these players were all number 1 picks. So before they start running off and Obi's better in Indiana, they have 8 number 1 picks. The Orlando Magic have had at least 12 number 1 picks. And I'm in Orlando, so I'm telling you. Suggs. They got Black, who they just got Black, whatever his name is. You got Markel Fultz. You got Isaac. There's tons of first number 1 picks.
And these are talented,
not 20,
young players.
Top number 1 draft picks. Okay, so these are all. So before they start running with the rumors that Indiana, they have. If I had 8 number 1 picks, you should be dope. Plain and simple. You should be dope. Okay, so they are doing well.
Right.
It's still 21.
And the point is that we have to play them. So my point is that not only do we got to worry about
Mike, you keep missing the point.
About those Orlando teams.
The New York Knicks is the deepest team in the NBA right now. Our fucking mash out posse ain't mashing out nothing right now, bro. They're not playing up to par. IQ is not playing like IQ. Grimes is not playing like Grimes. Come on, a lot of our players are not playing on all cylinders, bro.
So what's your point? That they're not playing on all cylinders, and now we got to go play fucking not only the Boston,
it'll come, bro.
We also got to play the Pacers and the Orlandos.
Hey, what's that saying? If you build it, it will come. Tibbs is building it.
Machete.
Relax.
Machete.
I just said that the Knicks are not the like they were saying. The Knicks don't have that many all-stars, bro. And now you're talking about younger players that have, like Dwight said, how many numbers of number 1 draft picks? They're number 1 because they're the best.
Let me just say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I hear your points, Machete. I hear the points, chat, what everybody's saying. We've lost to the Bucks twice. We've lost to Boston twice. We've lost to top teams supposedly or whatever we are. And we're still having the best start of our NBA team in a dozen years with nobody clicking, no rhythm, no system. It's still only 21 games in. See me in 50. See me in 50 games. All that to say that we're struggling. Yeah, we still doing good. We struggling and we still doing good. The only teams that we've lost to were the teams that are all in. They're all in to win the championship. That's it.
And they got multiple superstars and multiple all-stars.
And number 1 picks. All that, which is fine. It's still early in the season. We've made an adjustment, and I think the adjustment was fair and noted. Grimes, I think, will do well. I think Grimes is going to do very well off the bench. I think he's going to get the touches. I think IQ will find him. I think he's going to be good in that role.
All right. I'm going to make a statement. I think when we get on all cylinders, our bench will, on a regular basis, be producing 50 to 60 to no. I don't want to say 70, but at least a good 50 to 60 points to contribute to what the starters are doing.
Now, let me ask you a question, Machete. Does the Knicks schedule that we've had, I believe it's the number 1 hardest schedule in the entire NBA. Am I right?
No, I think they're talking about right now going forward, we're going to have the 5th hardest.
No. The first 20-something game. The first 20-something game, who in the NBA had the hardest schedule? That was the question. Not the next 20 or next year.
Did we have the number 1 hardest schedule? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, were we not in 4th place for a hard minute?
Yeah.
All right, and did we not have the best start in 10 years? Like, come on, let's put all of this together, guys. Come on, this is all I'm asking.
This is a simple evaluation, and it's not. Look, we get it. We go through slumps. Everybody goes through things, but you have to. If you're solving an equation, you have to put all the numbers together. You can't just solve a math problem with just half of what you feel it should be. You got to look at all the shit and combine it.
Emotional damage. Jack.
And Harris is going in on the chat. Harris says Miami doesn't need number 1 picks. Touche. I'll give it to you. Miami doesn't need number 1 picks. They do have a system, but we gave you props on that. You have a way of drafting, and you guys have a system of how you guys play that people. But and to say what you're saying, Harris,
and a lot of their players played with each other for a lot of years.
Yeah, they play with each other for a long time. The system hasn't changed. Role players are expected to know their role. Our players are trying to play out of their role. So
that's what I mean. Yeah, like a lot of Knicks fans are doing fucking reverse algebra or some shit where they're throwing letters and spaghettis into the mix of mathematics. I don't understand this. Can we get the whole equation and then do the math?
Listen, so what's our next game we got going on? I think our next game is against Toronto tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Toronto coming over to us tomorrow.
We play Toronto, then I think we got Detroit after that, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to get a little light, and then we're going to go on a West Coast trip. We're going to be playing 5 games in a row on the road. So we should be picking it up. This was the right move. We're not going to be looking to make it, guys. We're not trading anyone. Just get it out the way.
Relax.
I know that's where the 50 games, what if in 50 games? Listen, trade deadline, there's no, unless someone is like laying down in front of us that they give us, it's a lay down trade, maybe. But even then, it's not going to happen. Just so you know, we're looking at everybody on the team. It's going to wait till the end of the year. We're going to wait for the restriction offer.
The Rosen's not coming to the Knicks. Stop it. Zion, not coming. Cat Williams, what's his name?
He might as well be Cat. Now, if it's Cat Williams, we'll draft him. If it's Cat Williams.
Yeah. I think Cat Williams is good for the team.
I think Cat Williams.
But, like, stop it, bro. Stop it. Let's...
Our team that we have is who we're running with. We run.
Look, Cat Williams on our spot.
There's a term that they have in the race world, run what you brung. Whatever you came off that cart with, you run with it. That's what we're doing with the Knicks. And whoever doesn't fit next year, 50 games, whatever, we'll evaluate then, and then we'll evaluate at that time. And my thoughts are exactly what Ross said. We had a conversation. If you want to see what happens after 50 games, what's going to happen next year, go look at Raw Hebrew's video. We talked about that I expressed the same sentiment. But other than that, we are riding with who we got. I like Grimes off the bench. I think Grimes is going to get into rhythm. There's going to be a point in time that Grimes is going to be clicking so well off the bench that people are going to ask, should we put Grimes back to the starting lineup? It needs to stay what it is. Okay, I think it's going to work out well. I think we're going to start getting into a rhythm. New Knicks called it. Right after this time last year, we went on an 8-0 run. We went on a 10-0 run. So I'm looking for something like that to go, at least a 6-0 run. I'm looking for something to start picking up. We had the hardest start of the season in the entire NBA. We had the hardest record, the hardest schedule. So I'm looking for us to make a little run, 4 games straight. Any final thoughts for you guys, or what you think for against the Toronto coming up?
Going against Toronto, I would like to see IQ get out them braids and go back to regular self. I want Grimes to get some more box. Maybe that'll help him play better. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The rest, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do what we do.
Yeah, Machete, what do you think on our? What do you think? Tell me your thoughts on the switch, getting Grimes to the bench, DiVincenzo, and the next game about Toronto.
This is a good move. It should have been done a while ago. I mean, the kid had to speak out finally, and we'll see what happens. This next game against Toronto should be a good one. Since they talk shit to him, and we'll see who he's going to match up against in the we'll just see how well he does now. These next couple of games in Toronto and Detroit, they're easier teams for us. So we should be able to get our percentage up a little bit before we go on the road and play these real basketball teams out west.
Okay, appreciate that sentiment there. Final thoughts for me. I think the move should have been made. I think it's good that we made it. I want to give Tibbs a shout out for holding to his gun and supporting his player. That even though he was going through that slump for almost 20 plus games, he only had 2 games in double digits, over 11 points. That he stuck with him. That even though people were giving him grief, normally Tibbs would pull the cord. He stayed with him. He gave him support. He spoke positively of him. And he gave him the shot that it took Grimes to express something himself to make that move. So you can't say that the coach doesn't make changes or stuff like that. So I give Tibbs props for holding on to his guns, giving him a chance to play himself out of it. And when he couldn't and he saw that was stressful, he pulled him out and made the move that everybody should have anticipated. #NovaKnicks. I like Dante DiVincenzo. I think he fits that starting lineup very well. I think he's a great defender. I call for him to lead the league in steals. He's maybe 2 inches shorter than Grimes, but he's gritty. He's great at rebounding. He's a playmaker. He's a slasher. I think he gives the starting lineup a different look that he gets to move off.
And he's a sniper.
So the fact that he can move off the ball, he's going to get that second defender away from Randall, not just standing there and letting that defender camp over Randall by him slashing or sliding. It gives Randall a look. I think that's going to help Randall get less turnovers because he's going to have someone that can actually hit the shot, slash to get the ball, and then also Dante being that he knows his best friend, Jalen Brunson, what he likes to do, what position he likes to be in, and where to move to help his players. So I think that chemistry from best friends is going to help out. What do you got to say, Machete?
The only thing I'm going to miss is on that second lineup is the DiVincenzo and Hartenstein combo.
I do like that on there as well, but I think Raw pointed out his chat on there as well that Grimes and IQ has one of the highest plus-minus ratings when they play together, so that's going to go well. And then when you got one of the best rebounding guards and one of the second best rebounding centers in iHeart playing together, I think that's going to be a crazy combo. I think our second unit is going to be lethal. I think it's going to help us out. And once Dante gets into rhythm, watch out. It's going to be crazy. He can catch and shoot. So I see us getting on a roll. I see a run coming maybe in the West Coast that they're going to be able to get closer together because it's away games. We're going to have 5 away games that they can build together, find some unity, talk it out, figure out what beef or issues they have and work it out. So I see us going actually on a little run. I got a 4-game winning streak later on. I'm not going to say who and when it is, but I think we're going to do well in that West Coast trip. And I think we're going to do well. I think after this tough December, we're going to go on a real big run because then our schedule gets a lot lighter, a lot easier. Our chemistry is going to start gelling. Everybody's going to be on a rhythm. Our next game against Toronto is going to be a little tough. Mitch may be out. He's got the sore ankle. He may be out. Toronto's a taller team. We did beat them, but it's going to be very interesting how we go. So it's going to be challenging. If we can beat Toronto with our small unit that we had last time, we did beat them. I beat them almost, I won't say easily, but we beat them pretty good. If we can beat them again, that's a positive thing for us. And maybe we get OG. Maybe OG afterward says, I want to be a Knick. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys. Any final thoughts? Anything else other than you guys got before we close out?
Brunson, orchestrate that. Yeah, I mean, transform into that general we need. Gentlemen, let's play that defensive 3-point attack mode. Yeah, I mean, I need Mitch to be in these center spaces that are shooters and lock them down and shut them down from all of that. And I think if you said we got a 5-game, I think this could definitely spark a little run. Yeah, I mean, hopefully they get all 5 and start that run before the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And one last thing, we didn't highlight from the last episode where we called out Worldwide West. I would like for us to take a clip of this, and I'm going to reiterate that. It's December. We're in the final games of the year, and New York City.
50th hip
This
hop.
is the 50th year of hip hop. If we could get Clue and Flex for one game, let Clue start off the first half, Flex jump on the second half. You know, let's do something for hip hop, New York. Worldwide West, it's on you, Dolan. Help execute that, and let's get this going.
Okay, big. I love that comment out there. Machete in it. I think Machete just jetted out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish out on that. That was great finishing out there. Emangelo, take us out of here.
Yo, Mike the Specialist, good looking out. Yo, shout out to the chat. Everybody, thank you for being with us. And thank you for joining the show.
Take us out of here.
Films and Fields in the building. My God, what's good?
And I salute the new Knicks. Let's get it.
Shout out to the new Knicks.
The new Knicks, salute my guy.
The New Knicks, the organic podcast.
Uh-oh. Sounds like it's about to go down in here. Going down. New York City, NYC, Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. Brooklyn, Staten in the Bronx. Manhattan, Queens, what you want? We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. We want the Knicks. New York City, New York, If the Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. We back, we back, we back, we back, we back. This is New York City, home of the Knicks, baby. Yeah, we back on track. The Mecca's going crazy. Rim rocking, shot blocking, boy, we are not stopping. Aiming at that chip with a bullseye on the target. It's been so many years, that's how bad we really want it. From the city to the garden, we all be blue and orange. And everybody starving, hell yeah, hungry for a ring. Got a team full of hungry hoopers all going in. We back. Oh yeah, we back. Let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah, let me hear you give it up. The Knicks is in the Mecca, yeah.